How are you doing this morning, buddy?
Hey, James?
Yeah.
There's no hot water.
What do you mean there's no hot water?
I mean, the water's cold.
Well, it was going to be a nice relaxing Sunday afternoon, but apparently we need a water heater. Yeah, she's right. There ain't no hot water.
Yeah, no bath time for Mabel today.
We're going to want to go ahead and turn off the main water to the house. Alright, so you might be asking yourself, how does he just happen to have a water heater in the back of the truck 3 minutes later? We had a feeling on Friday wasn't going to go well with the water heater this weekend because it was getting pretty cold. So went ahead, stopped and picked up a water heater for my buddy over at the plumbing supply house. So I had one in reserve. House currently has 2 water heaters. People that built the house had 2 teenage daughters, and I guess between the 4 of them, they like to take a lot of long showers. So they had 2 water heaters. It was just 2 of us here. 3 to 5 people, they say you can use a 50-gallon water heater. It's in the crawl space under the house, so we got to use a Lowboy. So we got a Lowboy 50-gallon water heater. The easy part's getting it off the truck. Guess well, push. Hardest part is going to be getting it in that hole there. So I know some people have their water heaters in their garage, or in the utility closet, or in a full walk-in basement. That's nice. We don't have a lot of basements here where we are in the south. It's a lot of crawl spaces. So we've got a small area under the house that we can scooch into. That's where the 2 water heaters are. Because it's so hot today, I don't think we'll be hauling the old water heaters out. We'll probably go ahead and haul the other 2 out when the weather warms up. So first thing we want to do is we turn the water off to the house. Next thing we want to do is we want to check the power to both water heaters, make sure indeed they're both getting power. Now, we should have checked that before we changed the water heater, maybe, but we did notice the date on the water heater was 2003. Therefore, henceforth, they are 23 years old. Let's change them out anyways. Let's get this bad boy off the truck, shall we? How much is this weigh? Well, it doesn't say. Attention. Do not use a forklift. Definitely use 3 guys. Okay. Like a glove. Maybe when you're editing this video, you take out about 80% of the heavy breathing. Yeah, make it look like I'm in better shape than I am. So here's my 2 water heaters. Here's my under crawl space lighting. It's missing a bulb because I probably knocked it off my head. So first thing we want to do is put a new bulb in here. All right, light switch, maestro. Go! You're welcome. We did that solely for the purpose of better filming, because I'm used to working in the dark. Did we get both circuits while we were in the garage? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, we got that one. We did not get that one. This was the original water heater circuit for the house. This is the one we want to get because this is the one we're going to replace. This is the main water in to both tanks. So we'll be saving this line and this line because this is going to be our in and our out. These lines here will be capping, and we're going to leave them here. If we decide that one water heater is indeed not enough water for our house, we can come back, add with this circuit a second water heater. We've already got it plumbed in. Let's not go ahead and destroy stuff we don't need to destroy. So not only do we have the circuits turned off, but we're going to go down here and go ahead and pull the quick disconnect because, you know, Jakey's my middle name. And we'll do it from this one as well. You can see the same electrician. Whew. No cover plate on there. Go ahead, stick your hand in there and grab the safety disconnect. This is the location I want to use because it's more central underneath the pipes and it's already got a pad for the heater to sit on. For now, our game plan, because all of our hoses around our house are frozen up because it's wintertime and it's cold, we are just going to disconnect this bad boy and we are going to leave it down here as full of water as we can leave it full of. Let's put the wire nuts back on the hot side, just in case. So we're gonna tuck that guy up there out of harm's way for a little bit. We did shut off the main water inlet here and here. So when we cut these, we shouldn't have a whole lot of water. When we cut this bad boy, any water that's left in the pipes in the house will run down through here and try to escape. So I'm gonna cut this one first. I'm gonna pull it over here. I got a 5-gallon bucket. I'm gonna catch what I can catch. And the rest of it, well, we're gonna make mud pies in here so we can work on those the rest of the afternoon. Because it's fun. I think we did a pretty good job of draining the house out. We have some more water coming up out of the top of this. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing over on this side here. I do have new quick disconnect lines for this. That'll just come up here and they'll connect in with shark bites. All right, and then we should be able to disconnect this here. And this is our main water in. Huh. Please fill this out and send it in for your warranty. I don't think that got done. We're gonna try to move a water heater that has 47 gallons of hot water in it because it's full. Oh yeah. It's a good thing I haven't gone in for the hernia surgery yet. Get one last hurrah out of it, you know, before that happens. You want to dig into the plastic is what the problem is here. I wonder what a water heater with 47 gallons of water in place. I was watching the Olympics last night, and they said one stone that's 42 pounds in curling is 5 gallons. So this is 10 of those. So that'd be 420 pounds. Plus this is 150 pounds empty, so 570 pounds? Come on, James, man. You ever bear hug a 570 pound guy? That's what I feel like I'm doing here. No, I never have bear hugged a 570 pound guy. I'm not speaking from experience, I'm just saying, this is what it would feel like to bear hug a sumo wrestler. Olympic size sumo wrestler. Know what you're getting into before you get into it. If you have to crawl underneath all that stuff to get to where your water heater is, you probably want to pony up and pay the plumber to do that because that's their jam. That's what they do. But we've got our pipes right here. I like the way we're set up. We got our electric right up here. I feel like we're in a pretty good place. Less talking, more working. Oh man. Oh honey, is my butt crack showing? Hey, oh. Look at you. You're a pretty one, aren't you? That's nice. We'll throw in 24 inches of insulation so you can cover 85 feet of pipe. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, whoa, that's nice. This is a Bradford white, made in the USA, using the finest materials and components from around the world. So what they're trying to say is, we called this guy in China, said send us all the parts, and then we'll put it in a box, and we can say we assembled it here. That's just my guess. I don't know if that's really how they do that. Estimated yearly energy cost, $494, which is great, because this one here was first hour rating. How much hot water you get in the first hour you use. 61 gallons the first hour. Okay, this one here, well, the first number was a 5. So this is a minimum of $6 more efficient than that was from 23 years ago. So it was definitely worth all my effort. On the top, it says cold here, and it says hot here. So our cold is gonna be this wire right here. This pipe. So we're gonna hook up cold here, and we're gonna hook up our heat here. Now, I do have cables for this, and we're gonna hook up our ground, and we're gonna hook up our white and our black to our red and our black. And some people are concerned about that. They're like, how come my wire comes in white and black? The black goes to black, but why are we putting the white to the red? So these are just two different legs of the same 240 volt circuit. It's not important that you're connecting the white to the red in this particular instance. If you're wiring a 3-way switch, maybe that's gonna make a difference. Depends on how your electrician pre-wired the house. But I don't want you to be concerned about the fact that I'm putting a white wire onto a red wire. It's gonna be just fine, I promise you. All right, let's hook up some plumbing. Okay, so here's what we got. We got a couple of lines. They screw in on this end here, top of your water tank, and there's simply a shark bite connection on the bottom side here under the house. This is our cold coming in, and the cold coming in, you use a little different one. This one has a built-in on-off, so you can shut the water off to just your hot water pipe if you want. Remember when you're putting your Teflon tape on to go the same way that you're gonna screw your pipe on. If you go backwards, well, then you're just gonna bunch it all up and it's not gonna, you know, Teflon. Other thing we want to remember is on our cold inlet side, we want to have an expansion tank. The expansion tank is going to allow for thermal expansion in your tank. Now, this system doesn't have one. Why? Because it doesn't have one. When this house was built, that was not code. It was not required. And so I guess, you know, technically we're grandfathered in that way, but let's get it up to date. So we're going to go ahead and put a T in back here, and that'll be where this comes in. So the pressure tank will be before my shutoff valve, and I'm okay with that. And then this thing here, it can either stand upright or it can lay horizontally. You're not supposed to hang them like this guy here. So we're gonna tuck them up here like that, and then we'll support them with a strap so that the weight of them's not, because what he'll do is he'll just swing down. We want to start by getting this guy hooked up, and we have in our little bag of tricks here a 3/4 by 3/4 T, a 3/4 by 3/4 FNPT. You know, a lot of times the water shut off in your house, the main water shut off, doesn't get turned on and off like it should, and so a lot of times, even though you turned it off at the house, it will have a slow leak past it. That could be what I'm getting. It could just be water left over in the pipes up in the house. So you got your PEX crimpers, you got your 1/2 inch, you got your 3/4 inch. Now plumbers today, they gotten soft, and they do all this with like electronic battery chargeable tools and stuff. And I'm like, okay. You think the rates would have gone down, but then you look at what one of those tools costs and you're like, okay, now I get you. So, and you know what? We're making 6 crimps today, maybe? I don't know. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you were doing this all day long for a living, cranking down these PEX pliers would, let me just say, you'd be earning that paycheck. Okay, so when you put these shark bites together, when they fail, if they fail, it's usually because there's 2 spots. People push it in like that. See, look, it's not leaking water anymore. You think you've got it? It's got to pop like that. Now that we got that pipe on there, let's go ahead and get rid of this big guy out of here. Teflon is your friend. It's not just for making your eggs non-stick in the morning. Now later we're going to be checking for leaks at all these connections. Don't you worry about that. It's very important. Pull this back, push it on, stops the water flow, but it's not sealed yet. I like to put my finger back when I'm doing this, my fingernail back about 1/2 inch, so I really know there when it's popped on. We want to tighten this down so we don't have leaks. We don't want to just, you know, give it all the peppers and break it off, because water heater run anywhere from $500 to $800 if you buy it right from the plumbing supply list. All right, did my crunches for today. Crunches, smunches, I don't know what you call them. We've got our on-off, very accessible here. Doesn't hit anything when it goes up. It's got clearance. 5, 6, 7. On the bottom of the tank, there is an air chuck valve. Okay, they come preset factory to 40 pounds. This one does anyways. So there is a whole thing for checking the water pressure of the house, adjusting this, equalizing them. We'll get into that maybe in another video. Okay, there we go. So he'll tuck up like that. Next is electrical. Now this is the electrical circuit that we want to use, because this is the electrical circuit that was part of the original plumbing of the house. See, now this guy here, he put a little bit of black tape on the end of his wire because he wanted you to know that he understood that is no longer a white wire. It is now working as a black wire. Last night we had our final Christmas of the year, but it's hard to get all 4 of our kids together at the same time. And we still didn't succeed yesterday, but you know, they live all over the place. One of the things I'd asked for Christmas was a set of nut drivers, and that's one of the things that my daughter picked up, was a set of nut drivers and some extensions. Now, I'm a Harbor Freight aficionado. I love that store. And, you know, some people will say, well, the tools aren't the greatest quality, blah, blah, blah. I see lots of tests where they put them up against other tools, and they come out equal or on top even sometimes. I've been very pleased with the things I've gotten there so far. Everybody's got their favorites. Nobody's perfect. Let's just say that, okay? if you want to make a guy happy and, get me to, send a call out thank you online in my next video, just go ahead and drop me a $25 gift card. Avert your eyes while I grab my hammer and make this self-clearance a little bit better. Come on, get up in there. You always look away when you're cutting wire, even if you know that it's off. That thing was to spark and arc out on you. It could either scare you or ruin your whole day. Okay, so we brought the wire from the cutoff panel down here, brought it in. We tied our black to black, our red to our white, as promised. We got our ground strap up where it comes up. It comes back up through and goes around the ground screw. This tucks underneath here like this. The whole thing goes back together. And folks, we were just that close to being back in business. Now, the first thing you want to do when you change out a water heater is you don't want to turn the water heater on right away because she's empty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the water pressure back onto the house. We're going to open up this valve here. I'm going to keep it closed so I can make sure I got good pressure on this fitting up here before the valve. Make sure I don't have any leaks there. Make sure I don't have any leaks back here where my pressure tank is. So once I've tested all those areas and I see I've got good pressure on there, I'm going to open this up. That'll flow water through the tank, fill the tank, and then flow it back out to the hot water fixtures in the house. Then what we'll do is we'll turn on a hot water tap and a cold water tap. We'll make sure we have no air bubbles in the system. So, we turn the water off, turn it back on, it sputters and spits. It's got air in the system. It's got to get that out. We don't want to be heating air. Not good for the water heater. We're gonna make sure we get all the air purged out of the system. It'll have a lot. We've added a lot of air to the system with the water heater. So it'll take a little bit to purge. And then what we'll do is once we're sure we have no air left in the system, we'll turn on the power to the unit, get it fired up. Hopefully within the hour, well, it's shower time. Let's turn the water back onto the house. Turn on the water at the kitchen sink here. Yes, we haven't put this up yet, but I got a tiny little leak right there. So I'm going to get 2 wrenches, one in here, one in there, so I can tighten that down just a hair more. Let's go ahead and you hear that unit filling up. Now that's going to put a lot of pressure into the system. So we're going to go upstairs and open a hot water tap and let that air back out of the system. All right, got the old double wrench on there and tighten that up. She stopped leaking. Everything else looks really great down here. We got no leaks, no drips. Everything's solid. I've got the hot water tank and the tap on upstairs. So as this is filling, instead of building air pressure in here, which all goes into the system, I've got the hot water tap open. It's kind of going from a gentle dribble to a full flow. Once it's a full flow, we'll turn it off and let it build up a little pressure. She just turned on the water upstairs. So once we have full flow going upstairs, we'll shut it off, check it for leaks one more time, make sure everything looks good, and then we're going to give it the juice, turn the power on. Oh, guys, there ain't nothing better than a good hot shower. And that was a good hot shower. So, water heater's changed. Took us less than 3 hours. Within half an hour, we had full steamy hot water. Awesome. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, that was like a 2. That was a really easy project to do. Didn't run into any hurdles. Simple, simple, simple. I still got to drag the old trash out and stuff like that, but we'll do that on a warmer day. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. A little different video this week, but I appreciate you being here. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that stuff that you're supposed to do with the videos. We appreciate you being here. Good job.
Hey, James?
Yeah.
I think the washing machine is broken.
Peace sakes.